day, everyone.
Good day, ma'am.
So I will be the last teacher in our subclass, Assessment and Learning. So I hope to give you a clear understanding about our final topic. So to finally start, my topic or my lesson for today is about peer assessment. So alam ko naman na may prior knowledge na kayo about sa peer assessment. So let's start with the first question. Have you ever given feedback to a classmate about their work? So sino dito ang may experience na magbigay na feedback sa classmate nila? Anyone?
Yes, sige ma'am. Work niya.
Para sa isang representative experiences.
Hindi siya.
So, dito muna tayo mag-start na side. Let's have Lord Hannah share her experience sa pag-give ng feedback. Then, let's have another. Let's all come here or begin to share your experience. Feedback lang, for example, experience sa pag-feedback sa classmates. Sila kayo na
Bomba.
For example, sa ipatas kami ng paralan mag-evaluate ng mga object.
So, how does it feel? Are you satisfied na makabigay ng feedback? Are you happy or like na-overwhelmed naman sa pagbigay ng feedback?
I'm satisfied. I feel.
Okay lang since nabigyan tayo ng experience na mag-assess ng mga works ng mga students. Since we are the researchers.
Okay, so ano sa tingin mo yung pag nag-experience ka, ano sa tingin mo yung natutunan new po?
Wala.
Kayo dalawa, yung pagbigay ng feedback? Kung saan?
Wala. Saan?
Ano yung natutunan yung dalawa sa pagbigay ng feedback to each other?
Ato na nag-grow.
Para naisip ko rin yung pagkakita nila sa aking like sa pag-assess nila sa output ko, like mas makita rin nila yung specific sa
Okay, so thank you so much. So that experience is a simple peer assessment where students, they give a feedback or evaluation about their works or sa example ni Shamir is sa mga objectives. So that peer assessment improves students' work. So paano ba natin binibigay yung feedback? Paano natin siya binibigay and then paano din natin siya na-receive? So dito na natin ma-associate yung second question. When you receive feedback from a classmate, which helps you more? A detailed comment, explaining what to improve, or just a score? So why details? Ano ba na? Isang details comment. Kasi ang feedback is just a score. Hindi niya ma-explain ng maayos kung saan ba yung tatak ng black or kung saan mo kailangan Okay, so what we just shared is a highlights of the two main types of feedback, which is the qualitative feedback and the quantitative feedback. So who can tell me a brief definition of qualitative feedback and quantitative feedback from the term itself, quali and quantitative?
Brief and boxers.
Bartena.
Steve Gaman.
Ano lang, brief is
Nominal, good
quality
siya,
and quantity. Sa qualitative feedback, ito na nagbibigay ng feedback through the words and through the use of words. So nagbibigay yung assessor, yung mga assessor ito yung nagbibigay ng feedback sa assessee. While ang assessor naman ito yung nag-receive ng feedback. So sa qualitative, words yung ginagamit para magbigay ng comments to improve their learning, habang ang quantitative naman is nagbibigay lang sila ng scores or ng rating. So ang itong qualitative and the quantitative feedback, importante sila dalawa, pero mas importante ang quality kasi dito natin, nagbibigay ng feedback para ma-improve yung learning ng ating students. So, now that we know how to give a feedback through words and scores, paano or ano ba yung purpose ng pagbigay natin ng feedback? Bakit natin siya ginagawa yung pagbigay ng feedback? So, do you think feedback is more helpful when it's meant to guide improvement or when it's used to give a final score? So parang for example, para ma-simplify yung question, yung sa pagbigay ng task ni Ma'am Farala about sa objectives, nagpagawa siya ng limang objectives per domain. So, mas helpful ba kapag yung feedback na binibigay ng peers mo is during or mas helpful siya kapag binibigay mo siya after na maipasa yung objectives? Is it during or after? Saan yung mas helpful sa pagbigay ng feedback?
Anong question?
Saan yung mas helpful na pagbigay ng feedback?
Both in the same.
During or after? Just is
Barcode daw.
What can you report there? Kumbaga na Joke lang to, ma.
Ang mali nila at magkakaroon sila ng reflection. Then after, kasi na-trace mo or nakita mo okay ba yung gawa mo?
Yes, I know. Okay din for that. Pero actually, ang pinaka-helpful is during kasi kapag nagbibigay ng feedback, example dun sa nagbigay ng evaluation sa objectives. So, dito sa classroom, isa-isa kayong nagpa-evaluate ng objectives nyo. So, nagbibigay kayo ng feedback. So, ang tinatawag dun is formative peer assessment. So, mas effective siya kasi magkakaroon na ng chance yung students, yung peers mo na mag-revise or mag-reflect sa mga ginawa nilang objectives. While sa pagbigay naman after, kasi pinasa muna yung yung sa formative peer assessment kasi pinasa muna yung objectives and then pinali sa mga students na para magbigay ng feedback yung mga peers nila. So, wala na siyang chance na ma-revise pa yung objectives. So, to have a relation to the next question, kasi yung formative peer assessment, di ba, is Julie. So, can formative peer assessment be used in large class? When we say large class, ito yung, for example tayo, large class, kasi we're 46 in total, so ito siya sa large class. So, effective ba? Pwede ba natin gamitin yung formative peer assessment? Anyone?
Yes, of course. Sure, why not?
Can formative peer assessment be used in large class? When you say peer assessment, di ba parang siyang peer, ano ba siya, by group? It could be because, it could be because given the fact that we are large in terms of quantity, it's easy for a teacher to conduct a feedback or assessment if he or she will be doing peer assessment within her class or his class. Kasi large nga siya. And everybody can be represented or can talk, and everyone has a chance to speak.
Sa tingin mo, sino yung mas nakaka-benefit sa formative peer assessment? Is it the assessor yung feedback or the assessee na yung nag-receive ng feedback or yung
All can benefit naman, but the most
Beneficiary.
I think it is beneficial. It is more beneficial to the assessor and the assessee.
Children and chiefly.
The assessor and the peers and other peers who take their because sila ang maka-experience firsthand with regards to the experience they have and the feedbacks or comments they have in their group. And then it's beneficial for the teacher as well because mas mapadali yung trabaho when it comes to feedbacking and assessment as well.
Yeah. So, ang mas nakaka-benefit, so tama yung sinabi ni Mayor na lahat nakaka-benefit, pero ang mas nakaka-benefit talaga is the assessor kasi nagagamit nila yung higher or critical skills like analyzing and giving judgment sa pagbigay ng feedback sa kanilang peers. So, for the last question, what can self-feedback and teacher's feedback fully mean students' learning needs? Nakita natin yung self-feedback. Bakit hindi niya kaya i-fulfill yung learning needs ng ating mga students? Bakit kulang yung self-feedback? Let's have
Because why can self-feedback and teacher feedback fully meet?
self-feedback.
Self-feedback muna. Okay, for self-feedback, hindi niya ma-meet yung needs talaga ng student because some feedback needs the mastery of the content which the student doesn't, hindi niya acquire yung mastery ng content. So they need a teacher to earn a one or a assessor that has mastery in the content to give feedback to the assessor.
That's correct. For the self-feedback, kapag nag-self-feedback ka kasi sa sarili mong gawa, may chance na maging bias ka kasi ikaw yung gawa ng work na yun. So, may bias and then may inaccurate din yung ibang mga information na magkagin mo sa iyong feedback.
And if you remember the Johari's window, di ba? Sino nakatarabasa? Johari's window, di ba? alam pala ng iba. So we have to, di ba? May mga alam din, may mga hindi tayo alam sa sarili natin na alam nila. So it's really important to have peer feedbacking. Aside from, yes, teachers are really helpful because they are the one who molded us, who knows our attitudes and characteristics inside the classroom, but it takes a village to know our identity. Kasi nga, hindi alam din ng teacher ang other side of ourselves. So we have to we have to have various eyes to assess our identity. Thank you so much.
So how about sa teachers pick-up? Bakit hindi niya kaya i-fulfill yung learning needs? Bakit kulang pa rin sa, for example, dito sa large class, bakit hindi niya kaya i-fulfill?
Dili niya ma-assess tanan.
Can we have Suhani?
Na-peer assessment na siya.
Ako ang cameraman ha.
For example, dito sa klase natin, marami lang tayo. So, bakit hindi kaya i-fulfill ng teacher yung learning needs ng natin?
Kasi pag marami tayo is, like, hindi lang nag-focus yung teacher sa isang student. For example, ako, may needs din ako, pero like, hindi lang po nag-focus sa akin. Like, for example, i-check na yung lesson plan ko, tapos may kailangan pa ako itanong. Hindi lang po ito, tanong kasi yung iba
So, exactly. Thank you so much. That's right. So, yung mga limitation ng feedbacking, no? So, that's why itong peer assessment, importante siya kasi nag-support siya ng collaboration, ng collaborative learning, ng pag-assess sa mga students, ng mga work nila. And of course, it supports deeper learning sa mga